In this WrestleTalk news, Cain Velasquez arrested, an update for Triple H at WrestleMania, a review of last night's Raw and more. Subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos.
Support WrestleTalk!
Breaking news! Veer is still not here. WWE played the first Veer Mahan re-debut package back in November. In a technique I believe is called edging, he's been coming ever since. If you don't count the 7 matches he's already had during that time on Main Event. But last night's episode of Raw was an important milestone for his still ongoing journey, as it meant he will now tie Emelina for the longest wait in WWE history from their first video package playing to when they actually debut. Next week's Raw would make it 133 days since Veer's first vignette, the same amount of days it took for Emelina to appear. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to segue into our next story, so here goes. The NBC Bay Area is reporting that former UFC and WWE star Cain Velasquez was involved in a shooting incident near Monterey Highway and Bailey Avenue in Morgan Hill, in which one man was shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and another man was arrested. NBC writes that Velasquez was then booked into the Santa Clara County Jail and is being held on no bail, but it is unclear what charges he faces. Velasquez is a former UFC heavyweight champion who left MMA in 2019 to pursue his passion for professional wrestling. After a few appearances for AAA, both AEW and WWE tried to sign him, which WWE won, where he entered a feud with Brock Lesnar for that November's Crown Jewel show in Saudi Arabia, where he quickly lost. He was then released in the first round of pandemic budget cuts in April 2020. He most recently returned to professional wrestling last October for AAA. With so many big names reportedly being brought back for this year's WrestleMania 38, like Stone Cold Steve Austin's rumored match against Kevin Owens, and the insane reports about Vince McMahon coming back for a match against Pat McAfee, Dave Meltzer has given an update on WrestleMania entrance regular Triple H. Hunter suffered what was described as a serious cardiac event back in August, which has limited his work behind the scenes, with Shawn Michaels stepping up to run NXT 2.0 while Hunter recovers. And according to Meltzer, that heart condition will prevent Triple H getting back in the ring next month too, saying him wrestling again is a horrible idea and that's not gonna happen this year. There's no way. In a slim glimmer of hope for Triple H, there is a chance he could eventually be cleared, with Meltzer saying, "I don't want to say he'll never wrestle again, because that's unfair." Before we get on with the rest of the video, I'd just like to say a big thank you to this episode's sponsor, Surfshark VPN, which you can get 83% off and 3 months free if you go to surfshark.deals/WrestleTalk and use the code WrestleTalk. Surfshark VPN lets you trick your device into thinking it's in another country, which opens up a whole new world of content libraries. If you're in the UK, you can watch US Netflix, which has a far bigger selection of movies. If you're outside the UK, you can watch the BBC iPlayer. And if you're in the US, you can finally get access back to the old WWE network with its far superior functionality. I hate change. We've all been using Surfshark here at WrestleTalk for years now. It's our official VPN, and it doesn't just let us gain access to all the wrestling, it also secures our networks by encrypting internet traffic, keeping our location and download history private. My collection of ultra swole Pokemon must be protected at all costs, and my favorite feature for this is that Surfshark knows when my phone leaves a trusted connection like my home or work internet, and it immediately turns on to prevent interference. It's like having a babyface wrestling faction for your phone. So sign up to Surfshark today by clicking our link in the video description below, surfshark.deals/WrestleTalk, where you'll get 83% off and 3 months free if you use the code WrestleTalk. We'd really appreciate if you at least check them out, as they're a great company and we love working with them. Support WrestleTalk and support your internet privacy with Surfshark. Due to a scheduling mistake, Tempest accidentally made a Raw review before I woke up this morning. So to get my Raw review thoughts, you'll have to watch the WrestleTalk podcast review channel later today, so go subscribe over there. Because right now, here's Tempest's review of Raw in about 5 minutes. Show this luchador some love.
First time I've ever done one of these for Monday Night Raw and my favorite wrestler turns heel. Typical. What's going on, WrestleTalk friends and fans? Tempest is back with a review of WWE RAW. in about 5 minutes. So Raw kicked off with an episode of the KO show as Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins welcomed the Alpha Academy and their new t-shirts to Raw. Maybe they're not new shirts, maybe this is just the first time I'm seeing them, but this is a new entry in the worst t-shirts of all time list. Who in their right mind is wearing a shirt that says shoosh? Anyway, they bickered a lot about who's going to be the Raw Tag Team Champions as they head into WrestleMania, and then this led to an opening tag match that got plenty of time with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins hitting an insane series of finishers in order to pick up the win in a very good 4 out of 5 opening match. A number of matches on this show got a lot more time than I was expecting, and honestly I think it's because there really isn't a main event scene of Raw right now, with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns feud primarily taking place on SmackDown. Going into WrestleMania and there's no world title match for Raw. Sucks to be Raw. While it did make this Raw slightly uninteresting at times, I do think giving more matches more time is a good workaround for having no world title program, although this next match sure didn't need more time. That was Omos and T-Bar. Almost attacked T-Bar before the bell, and they had about a 1-minute match with Omos hitting the tree slam for the win. I sure can't wait to see Donovan Dijak again. T-Bar is so much more talented than they've let him show on the main roster, and I don't advocate for more WWE releases, but Donovan Dijak is someone that could be a much bigger star elsewhere than he is right now. This match was really nothing. It gets a 1 out of 5. One match that did get more time and deserved it was the 6-woman tag team match that happened next as Rhea Ripley teamed up with Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan to take on Becky Lynch, Nikki ASH, and Doudrop. Something about me cannot look at Nikki ASH and Doudrop standing next to each other and say, yes, look at these two villains. Regardless, they had a very long match, which is good, seeing as this was about the only time the women had anything to do on this show, aside from, Dana Brooke kissing Reggie, but we'll get to that. The big selling point of the match, of course, was Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch, as they had a good amount of interaction leading to their match at WrestleMania, with Bianca Belair whipping Becky Lynch with her hair. They really did a good job of miking that spot. It sounded absolutely tremendous. Becky was covered in welts afterwards, and Bianca was able to hit the KOD on Nikki ASH for the win. This was a very fun match. This gets a 4 out of 5. And then we found out that yes, indeed, no song will survive, as Tommaso Ciampa's music was changed. I'm numb to it at this point. They're ruining every song. They're ruining every song. So Tommaso Ciampa made his entrance with his new terrible song to take on Robert Roode of the Dirty Dogs. On the most recent NXT review, I said that I thought Tommaso Ciampa versus Bobby Roode would be a really solid semi-main event for NXT Stand and Deliver. Instead, it's a 4-minute match on Raw. I don't think there's a single worse place you could put a Bobby Roode versus Tommaso Ciampa match than on the middle of a Raw show. Maybe something like main event, but otherwise, I think a match like this would be given so much more respect from both the company and the audience if it took place in any other promotion or on any other show. Ciampa managed to get the win with a roll-up in about 4 or 5 minutes, but there just wasn't anything to this. It felt like a nothing guy in Robert Roode taking on a guy from another show in Tommaso Ciampa, and the fans just didn't really care that much. It's really disappointing, especially considering if this match took place on NXT, it would have a lot more importance, and everyone involved would feel like a bigger star. This match gets a 2 out of 5. We then had a mixed tag team match as Dana Brooke and Reggie took on Akira Tozawa and Tamina. And it was at this moment that I realized that 3 hours of Raw is indeed still too long. This match wasn't very good, and I don't think a lot of people that saw it on paper would have thought it would have been very good, but it also wasn't very long, with Reggie doing a weird kind of botched roll-up to get the win on Akira Tozawa. After the match, Dana Brooke laid a big ol' smooch on Reggie, and then Tamina laid a big ol' smooch on Akira Tozawa. Raw is just a show of love. You get to see all the biggest WWE couples on display: Corey and Carmella, Akira Tozawa and Tamina, Kevin Dunn in 10-minute video packages. The Miz said people are excited to see him and Logan Paul because the Mysterios represent the same old standard crap, which I find extremely ironic. I don't know if anybody represents the same old crap in WWE quite like the Miz, but this all led to a tag team match between the Mysterios and Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. The fans kind of struggled to get into it, and eventually the Hurt Business were able to actually beat the Mysterios thanks to an interference spot from the Miz. Shelton rolled up Dominic for the 1-2-3 in a 3 out of 5 match, and this was one of many matches on the show where the decision regarding the booking was, shall we say, questionable. I mean, of the two teams here, one of them has a match at WrestleMania. Maybe let's have that team win. Speaking of bizarre finishes, we then got a tag team match between RK Bro and the Street Profits. This was another very fun match that unfortunately probably won't be remembered for any of the in-ring action, as Randy Orton appeared to injure himself at the end of the match, with Montez Ford hitting a huge frog splash, and then Randy Orton didn't kick out, leading to a very awkward finish. As I'm recording this, no update has been given regarding Randy Orton's condition, but I really hope he doesn't have to miss WrestleMania. That would absolutely suck. It's only 2 days after his birthday, too. Randy Orton deserves a happy birthday. This is a weird match to try and rate. It probably would be a 4 out of 5 match if the finish wasn't so wonky, therefore it gets a 3 out of 5, but still, fingers crossed for Randy's health. We then saw Finn Balor take a walk down to the ring, wait 15 minutes because the pacing on WWE shows is absolutely atrocious, and then take on Damian Priest for the United States Championship. This match had a lot of really fun near falls, and it didn't quite come close to the same level that their NXT TakeOver In Your House 2020 match did, but that being said, this was still a very adequate main event match for Raw, with Finn Balor managing to capture the United States Championship for the first time. I never quite understand the appeal of having your mid-card champion lose the title like halfway through the road to WrestleMania. Why not just keep it on him until the big show and then have him lose the title in a bigger match? That would make sense to me, but instead the rematch is going to happen at WrestleMania as Damian Priest full-on turned heel afterwards, attacking Finn Balor and turning on the fans, saying that they never gave him the adoration when he was champion, which is not true, but he put Finn Balor through the announce table with his Razor's Edge. This was a very fun segment. This gets a 4 out of 5. We then had the actual main event segment as my favorite wrestler of all time, Edge, went to the ring to find out who would be challenging him to a match at WrestleMania. No, seriously, his autograph sits right above me, look. Love that, man. And we found out that Edge's opponent at WrestleMania 38 will be the phenomenal AJ Styles. Of all the possible matches at WrestleMania, this is the one I'm most looking forward to, and it's one of the matches I'm most looking forward to of any combination of anyone on the WWE roster. This feels like a true dream match, and it feels like a true opportunity for AJ Styles to have that big breakthrough WrestleMania match that he really hasn't had to this point. He hasn't had any bad matches by any means, but the closest he's come to a WrestleMania Classic was like Shane McMahon. That's kind of weird. Edge said to AJ that he'd been wanting this match for a long time and knew that AJ wanted it too, but he wanted the Bulldog AJ that was WWE champion and not the bitch AJ that's been in a tag team with Omos for the last year. He then attacked AJ Styles, turning heel, hitting him low, and hitting a concerto as the show went off the air. I did think this segment did a very good job of setting up the WrestleMania match, a match that really didn't have any reason for being besides Edge saying, "I need an opponent," and AJ Styles saying, "I volunteer." So therefore, this main event segment gets a 4 out of 5. I really didn't hate this episode of Raw. It just felt too long, but that's every episode of Raw. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5. It wasn't a bad show. And that just about wraps it up for me. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on this week's show, make sure you go over to WrestleTalk podcast later on today, where myself and Ollie Davis will be reviewing the entire episode of Raw in complete detail. Until then, stay beautiful and don't sharpen your pencil while the teacher is talking. Peace out.
A peroxide blonde figure in wrestling, changing companies and hoping that people still like him as much as he thinks people do, although there's a nagging thought in the back of his mind that people absolutely don't. That gimmick will never work. Anyway, completely unrelated to that last statement, Cody Rhodes has left AEW, the company that he helped to create, the first viable competition to WWE in decades, and it's all but certain that not only will he be returning to the heaven from which he fell,